Okay, so this video is for the 8th grade and it is a follow-up to the video about estimating square roots. So make sure that you watch that one first because it's going to help you to understand cubed roots. Okay, so like a square root, a cube root refers to the sides that make up a cube. So we talk about the volume of the cube being a certain number, and then the cubed root would be the side length that is being multiplied by itself 3 times in order to get there. So for example, a cube with side lengths of 1, the volume would be 1 cubic unit. A cube with side lengths of 2, so I'm thinking 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. The volume would be 8 cubic units. 3 times 3 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. 4 times 4 times 4, 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4, 24, and 64. So 64 cubic units. 5 times 5 times 5, 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. So another way to think about that is 1 cubed is 1. Therefore, the cubed root of 1 is 1. Remember, we're talking about the side length. That's where that root is coming from. 3 cubed is 8. The cubed root of 8 is 2. So let's go through and do these first 5 perfect cubes. So 3 cubed is equal to 27. So the cubed root of 27 is equal to 3. 4 cubed is equal to 64. So the cubed root of 64 is equal to 4. 5 cubed is equal to 125. So the cubed root, and it doesn't really matter if this extra little line's there, it just depends on how fancy you want to be. The cubed root of 125 is equal to 5. So some important things to remember when we're talking about cubed roots and other roots, because once you're in high school, you're going to start to see other numbers here like 4s and 10s and 7s and whatever number you can think of. We don't really deal with them too much in most other areas of math other than once you learn about them there, because they don't have much of a real world application. They're more theoretical. Cubes are an actual thing. You can't really make a shape that's in the 4th dimension unless you get into theoretical math and, I don't know, the upside down or something like that. So cubed roots, when I make a cubed root, I make the radical sign, and then I put this little number 3 here. That little number there is called a radicand. Okay, so when I'm doing a square root, I just assume that the radicand is 2. I don't need to put that there, but it wouldn't be wrong if I did. So if I had it like that, I would see a 2 and think, oh, square root. In fact, if you're using the calculator on your iPhone, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have a little 2 there. In high school, you might see things like this. Okay. And this is going to be the 4th root. Okay. So say, for example, let's see, 3 to the 4th power. So that means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So the 4th root of 81 would be 4. And that's all that means. Okay? And again, most of those are going to be irrational as well. So let's take a moment here, because most of them are irrational. Let's take a moment and show how to estimate the locations of most of them on the number line. Only the perfect roots, only the perfect cubed roots, we can actually place exactly at a place on the number line. So for example, the cubed root of 8, well, that's a perfect cube. So I know that that's going to equal 2. So I can put that right there exactly on 2. The cubed root, I keep using that purple pen, I like it better, I think. The cubed root of 27, that's another perfect cubed. It's equal to 3. So I can place that directly on 3. the cubed root of 27 is going to go right onto 3. However, there's a lot of numbers that are in between 8 and 27. So anything that's under that cube root sign that's in between 8 and 27 is going to fall somewhere in between 2 and 3. So say I have the cube root of 25. Now, it's still going to be in between 2 and 3 because the number under the radical sign is 25, and that's in between 8 and 27. But it's definitely going to be a lot closer to 3 than it is to 2. So I'm going to estimate that as being somewhere right there, okay? And remember, it's just an estimate because it's an irrational number. There's not a way to put it precisely on the number line. And then I can check that by using my calculator. So let's go ahead and do, let's see, to put it into the calculator, I press 3, the second key, that, and then it moves that little 3. Hold it up here. Do that one more time. So I press 3. Oh, that's not a 3. 3, the second sign, and then this here, see how it has an X and then a radical sign? And that moves that 3 that I pressed up into the radicand spot. And then I'm going to say cubed root of 25, 2.924017738. And remember, it keeps going on and on forever. It never stops. It never repeats. So that's a pretty close estimate. It's almost to 3.